Welcome back. The news in details. President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi inspected on Monday construction work in the new administrative capital. The president's tour included a number of districts and institutions, including Egypt's Islamic Culture Center, which includes one of the biggest mosques in the world. Egypt's mosque can host up to 107,000 people with a 140-meter minaret. The president also visited the new parliament building in the new administrative capital, which is the biggest in the Middle East, with the main hall capable of hosting 1,000 members of parliament. The new parliament is 3 times bigger in size than the current one and has many affiliated service buildings. The president also visited the People's Yard, that has the tallest flag mast in the world and a memorial with the names of Egypt's martyrs throughout history. During the visit, the president ordered abiding by the construction schedule and standards in the new administrative capital that reflects the true image of modern Egypt. Under the auspices of President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi, the Palestinian dialogue started on Monday in Cairo. Palestinian factions took part in the dialogue to prepare for holding the legislative and presidential elections, which Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas has called for. The 15 factions who signed the Cairo Agreement are taking part in the dialogue. The session covered legal and technical procedures for holding the elections. The participating factions expressed appreciation to President al-Sisi's efforts and to Egypt's backing for the Palestinian cause. They expressed keenness on achieving the Palestinian unity. The talks are due to continue on Tuesday, and the dialogue is being held in a positive atmosphere and with determination from participants to achieve outcomes that fulfill the Palestinian people's aspirations. Arab League Council convened on Monday in an emergency meeting for foreign ministers held upon an Egyptian-Jordanian initiative. Headed by Egypt, the current president of the council, the meeting covers means of boosting the Arab solidarity and constance in dealing with the Palestinian cause. Addressing the meeting, Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry said that the Palestinian cause has been and will remain a top priority for the Arab world.
Foreign Minister Sameh Shoukry said on Monday the establishment of an independent and sovereign Palestinian state will remain the Arab world's central and fair cause, despite other challenges facing the region. In a joint press conference with the Arab League's Secretary General and the foreign ministers of Jordan and Palestine, following an emergency meeting held by the Arab League in Cairo, Shoukry said that Egypt will continue to be among the top backers of the Palestinian cause. He said that the emergency meeting, which was called upon by Cairo to bolster Arab solidarity amid developments in the region, adopted a resolution that would further support solidarity between Arab counterparts and joint action. The resolution also affirms the legitimate rights of Palestinians and the establishment of an independent state. The minister said a closed session was also held on challenges facing the region and means to face them, describing the dialogue between the Arab foreign ministers as one which saw transparency and honesty. He added that the ministers have agreed to hold more talks apart from formal proceedings to bolster consultations. For his part, Arab League Secretary General Ahmad Abul Gheit said Monday's meeting restored a full consensus over the Palestinian cause with the blessing of Palestine. The meeting also tackled means to restore Arabs' roles amid the challenges in the region, water security, and the crisis in Libya and Yemen. He said the ministers agreed on a non-formal consultative meeting every 3 months to discuss pressing Arab crises. The joint press conference came after Shoukry delivered Egypt's speech in front of the Arab League, saying that stability in the region will be achieved only if a permanent and comprehensive peace based on a just settlement fulfilling the aspirations of the Palestinian people is reached. He said the meeting was being held amid exceptional and unprecedented circumstances in the Arab world. The minister added that the establishment of a Palestinian state based on the 1967 borders with East Jerusalem as its capital has never slipped through the cracks. Shoukry assured that Egypt is also keen to continue the work of the United Nations Relief and Works Agency to provide Palestinian refugees with decent services amid complicated political and humanitarian conditions.
Welcome back. Egypt's stock indices collectively slid in the trading session on Monday after being affected by selling operations of shares in different categories that affected profits of early trade. The benchmark EGX 30 index slid by 0.69%. The EGX 70 index for small and medium businesses also slid by 1.29%. And the broader EGX 100 index also slid by 0.95%. After all indices slid by sales of investors, the market capitalization lost £5.5 billion to close at £704.269 billion. Prime Minister Dr. Mustafa Madbouli held a meeting on Monday with Executive Chairman of the Egyptian Stock Exchange Market, Dr. Mohammed Farid Saleh, to review the annual report on local stock exchange markets' performance in 2020. During the meeting, the Prime Minister asserted that the government is continuously supporting all economic recovery plans in all state sectors. He added that the government is continuing what it has started with economic reform measures to boost national economy abilities and overcome pandemic repercussions. The Prime Minister also said that among these economic reform measures are upgrading work in the Egyptian stock exchange market and supporting trading there for local and foreign investors.